This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 27th day of October in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Region 4 Chairman Daniel C. Ram has dismissed an attempt by the Alliance for Change to move a motion of no confidence against the Vice Chairman of the region. Both C. Ram and the Vice Chairman Samuel Sandy are from the APNU. Although the APNU and the AFC sit on the Region 4 Council as a coalition, the AFC wanted Sandy to be removed so that one of its members could be voted in as vice chair, in keeping with an agreement between the leaders of the two parties. The Region 4 chairman was informed of the motion by the clerk of the council and Regional Executive Officer Donald Gajraj, who wanted to add the motion to the agenda for the next council meeting. However, in disallowing the motion, the regional chairman, after examining it, said it was found to be inadmissible. He said such a motion is out of order, of no material effect, a mockery of the system, a waste of the council's time, and specifically political.
In looking at the motion and getting some guidance on the motion as well as some consultation, legally that motion is out of order. There's no place in law. Between the 2801 and 2809, those are the laws that help govern the RDC. There isn't any place in there for a no confidence motion against a chairman or a vice chairman. Also, there isn't a vote of no confidence in there against any councillor. What is peculiar is that the RDC is a microcosm of the National Assembly. However, at the level of the RDC, there's no recall legislation for a councillor. But you would find that there's recall legislation and removal legislation at the level of the National Assembly. Now, notwithstanding that, after my studies on it and perusing both the 2809 and the 2801, and then we're silent on those issues, we go to parliamentary standing orders, where our norms and practices are silent. Now, after careful consideration and legal guidance given on the motion was found to be inconsequential.
Mr. Siram also said such a motion was not catered for in the laws that govern the Regional Democratic Council.
The motion was very peculiar because it came with the motion and a notice of motion. But what I found very different about this one is that the clerk of council decided to put in that document that he intends to read the motion under the line item for motion, and he intends to do a lot of things. So, after examining the document, right, of course, I found that the clerk council to be out of order, right, and I would have written him a letter of reprimand for that.
Additionally, the regional chairman also reprimanded the REO in his role as clerk of the council for his attempt to include a no-confidence motion in the agenda of the council's meeting without any approval from the council. The regional chairman told the clerk of council it is clear that he is out of sync with his roles and responsibilities as the clerk of the council. He told the clerk of the council that he has no authority to place an item on the council's agenda, reminding him that his position is a creature of the council and therefore it is the council that has to guide him and not the other way around. In a lengthy Facebook post last week, AFC General Secretary David Patterson explained that the coalition parties had an agreement that is not being observed in Region 4, and that was the reason behind the motion being filed. The AFC said the two sides agreed that in the regions they won, the APNU would hold the chairman's position while the AFC will get the vice chairman's seat. The party said the APNU has not been honoring that agreement in Region 4. Meanwhile, the Region 4 chairman said there are much more pressing issues that the council and the politicos should focus on.
I think that we have more burning issues in the region in which I may raise with you at this point in time. The Region 4 budget, Deborah Mahaika, Agency 74, right, for Ministry of Finance in terms of our financial allotment, we did not have any consultation on it. No resident of the region, inclusive of yourself who reside in the region, right, had anything to say or input in that budget. The region's budget was hijacked by the REO on instructions from whomever from central government. And that is the matter that I believe that is being tried to be swept under the carpet by bringing votes of no confidence against my vice chairman. People should understand the importance of having input into their own budget.
More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true, or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Jungle Jam! Jungle Jam! Jungle Jam! Find as many as you can. Jungle Jam! Jungle Jam! The animals are waiting. Monkeys, giraffes, dinosaurs. Real excitement in a chocolate bar. Elephant, toucan, jaguar. Which ones will you find? Young in the Jungle Jam! Jungle Jam! Find as many as you can. Jungle Jam! Jungle Jam! Which ones will you find?
Give me one dembe for my whole family. Their bread is tasty. Them bakers.
Baked with love and passion by our dedicated team of fine bakers, we give you Dembake. With the same great quality you're used to, we now have a slightly new look. Here in Land of Canaan, we are ready to give you even more. Don't wait until you're hungry. Reach for a slice of Dembake.
Dembake.
Dembake, healthy, wholesome living.
Alana! Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you.
You must have heard. That's why you're here at GPL. The great news, GPL's 22 for 22.
I absolutely did hear. They're giving away supermarket vouchers worth $25,000 to 22 customers.
Isn't it just awesome how GPL is giving back to the community, though?
For sure. But you know what you need to do? You need to ensure your account is completely settled, while prepaid customers need to purchase credit during the promo period, and make sure that you ask for that coupon. Nobody's left out.
GPL's 22 for 22. Promotions run October 1 through October 15th.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster $100. Come get your Buster $100.
Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Two members of the Guyana Police Force who were charged earlier this year in connection with an alleged $19 million fraud in the force's finance department were freed of the charges today, after the magistrate's court upheld their attorney's no-case submission. Special Corporal Janika Carmichael and Constable Tatiana Smith were charged for allegedly deleting files from the computer in the finance department that contained various financial transactions of the force. The two police ranks always maintained their innocence and denied the allegations. When the matter was called before Magistrate Annette Singh, the attorneys representing the two ranks argued that there was no evidence presented to the court linking the ranks to any crime. The magistrate agreed with the no-case submission and dismissed the case. Carmichael and Smith were hauled before the Georgetown Magistrates Court in April to answer a charge of illegal data interference. The charge was filed by the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU, and SOCU contended that the two women intentionally and without lawful excuse or justification deleted electronic data from the Guyana Police Force's computer that was in the administrative office of the Felix Austin Police College. A probe was launched by SOCU after it claimed that it received information that various accounts were being falsified over various payments made by the police for a number of services. A number of senior officers are also before the courts in relation to those allegations. Let's tell you now that longtime broadcaster with the state-owned National Communications Network, Michelle Abraham Ali, is returning from her vacation leave to find that she has been removed from her position as acting Chief Executive Officer at NCN. Deputy NCN Chief Executive Nia Suban, who filled in for Ms. Abraham Ali while she was on leave, has been appointed as the company's new acting CEO, shutting Abraham Ali out of the position. Abraham Ali was appointed to the position just after the change of government in August last year. News source understands that at the managers' meeting this morning, staff members were informed by the NCN chairman Raymond Cummings that Abraham Ali will be reassigned to oversee radio program development as the deputy CEO. The shakeup at the state broadcaster comes on the heels of several resignations in the past weeks that Suban was overlooking the company's operations. Managing editor Radha Motilal, along with senior news editor Onika Jones and news editor Shara Lal, have all tendered their resignations over the past 6 weeks. Additionally, the company's marketing manager, as well as its administration manager, have also tendered their resignations. A number of other staff members have also resigned in the past weeks. News source understands that the company's music coordinator and its IT manager were recently dismissed. Some staff members nearing the age of 60 have been told to start packing their bags and head off to retirement. Most of the resignations and firings have taken place under Suban's watch, and many staffers at the company have complained about his management style. Under the last PP Civic government, Suban served as a director of the Government Information Agency, and he previously worked at NCN as a host and program producer. The COVID-19 death toll in the country climbed to 900 today as the Ministry of Health reported the death of an unvaccinated 64-year-old man from Region 4. The month of October has now taken the place as the second deadliest month of the pandemic in Guyana, with 101 deaths being recorded in the past 26 days. September remains the deadliest month for the pandemic in the country. The Ministry of Health also reported today that 82 new cases of the virus were recorded in the past 24 hours. In the past few days, the country has seen a decline in new cases and deaths. Health officials are hoping that the decline will continue. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, today said the government will continue with its push to get more persons vaccinated against COVID-19, with close to 75% of Guyana's adult population already receiving the first dose of one of the vaccines and over 45% fully vaccinated. The minister said the majority of deaths continue to be among the unvaccinated persons.
A lot of people still harbor a lot of myths pertaining to vaccines, and because of that, it has maybe deterred them from going and take the vaccine. We know that in this pandemic, if you're not vaccinated, you have a higher chance of getting infected and getting hospitalized and even dying from COVID. And therefore, vaccination is extremely important.
Over 90% of recent COVID-19 related deaths have been among the unvaccinated. 3 years after he was freed of a cocaine trafficking charge over insufficient evidence, businessman Andre Gomes, also known as Zipper, has found himself again on the radar of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit. Gomes was arrested on Tuesday night during an operation by Kanu at a house in the Campbellville area. The operation unearthed 2 blocks of cocaine weighing over 5 pounds. Gomes and another man were taken into custody after the drug find, and they're now facing cocaine possession and trafficking charges. Back in 2018, in the same Campbellville area, Kanu agents found just over 2 pounds of cocaine at a house owned by Gomes. He was arrested after a wanted bulletin was issued for him. He went on trial for drug trafficking, but the case was dismissed for insufficient evidence tying Gomes to the drug find. 3 years before, he appeared before the same magistrate's court as he was charged for the shooting death of a taxi driver outside Pam Court. He was also freed of that charge over insufficient evidence. Kanu agents are now building a new case against him in relation to last evening's drug bust, and he's expected in court soon.
Farfan & Mendes is committed to promoting development through quality, service, and integrity. Customers are guaranteed genuine products, reliability, and excellence in service. Their corporate head office at Providence affords you the added convenience of a spacious showroom with secured parking. Farfan & Mendes continues to offer their valued customers a wide range of genuine and affordable German-engineered equipment. They're leading the way in clean, green alternative energy solutions with industry-leading brands of solar equipment. So visit their showroom at Providence and enjoy efficient and courteous service. Farfan & Mendes, offering you solutions you can depend on.
Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95 to the. Fuel it up and drive, super 95 to the. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, Brazilian senators have voted to recommend charging President Jair Bolsonaro over his handling of the devastating COVID-19 pandemic in the neighboring country. A Senate panel backed a report calling for charges against Mr. Bolsonaro, including crimes against humanity, after 600,000 deaths from coronavirus. The report has been handed to the chief prosecutor, a Bolsonaro appointee. The president has maintained that he is guilty of absolutely nothing, but the crisis has dented his popularity across the country. Brazil's death toll is second only to that of the United States, and there is no guarantee that the vote will lead to actual criminal charges, as the report's recommendations must now be assessed by the Prosecutor General Augusto Aras, who is expected to protect the president, reports the BBC. The report alleges that Mr. Bolsonaro's government pursued a policy of allowing coronavirus to rip through the country in the hope of achieving herd immunity. It describes the president as the main reason and the main person responsible for the errors committed by the federal government during the pandemic. The report's lead author, centrist Senator Renan Calheiros, called for the panel's recommendation to charge President Bolsonaro with crimes against humanity to be submitted to the International Criminal Court. Brazil is a party to the Rome Statute, which created the ICC, so the International Court could take up the case. Cuba will open its borders and ease entry requirements next month after vaccinating most of its people with homegrown COVID-19 drugs, allowing it to welcome back overseas visitors and giving a shot in the arm to its ailing tourist industry. Tough restrictions due to the pandemic, a drastic reduction in flights to Cuba, and the U.S. ban on most travel to the communist-run island under the former U.S. President Donald Trump have hobbled the business and left it trailing behind regional competitors such as the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and Cancun. But as of the 15th of November, Cuba will only require visitors to carry proof of vaccination or a recent PCR test to enter the country, replacing what were previously among the strictest protocols in the Caribbean, involving a quarantine period and multiple PCR tests. A fully vaccinated population will prove a key selling point for an island already well regarded for its safety, beaches, and turquoise waters, said Francisco Camps, who supervises Spanish firm Sol Melia's 32 hotels in Cuba. He said Cuba will be one of the safest destinations, and he believes that they can reach visitations similar to 2019 by the end of the year. Cuba's homegrown vaccines are currently under review by the World Health Organization, and most trial data has yet to be peer-reviewed. But among countries with more than 1 million people, Cuba is vaccinating faster than any other country, according to the Reuters news agency. And finally tonight, international news. Lawyers for the United States have told the High Court that a judge who blocked Julian Assange's extradition was misled by his psychiatrist. The U.S. government is starting a legal appeal to try to get the WikiLeaks founder extradited. In January, a court ruled that Mr. Assange could not be extradited to the U.S. due to concerns over his mental health. Mr. Assange has wanted over the publication of thousands of classified documents in 2010 and 2011. The documents revealed how the U.S. military had killed hundreds of civilians in unreported incidents during the war in Afghanistan, while leaked Iraq war files show that the 66,000 civilians had been killed and prisoners tortured by Iraqi forces. The U.S. says the leaks broke the law and endangered lives, but Mr. Assange says the case is politically motivated. His lawyer told the court that a risk of suicide would be imminent the moment extradition becomes likely. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.